All right, we are live. Welcome back to the party, everybody. I am your host, Lutch, aka the Indian Jesus, here to resurrect the second coming of Common Sense. How is everybody doing tonight? So I had planned on doing a stream where we would be talking about what is going on with Biden. Is he alive? Is he what kind of conspiracies are afoot? But recently we did get footage of him alive. So I don't have anything huge to talk about, but I just kind of want to come and hang out with you guys. I just got home from work, a new client. It was I pulled up to the house. And there's a pride flag out front. So I was like, oh Jesus, here we go. But it was lesbian, so we're all good. It's funny how, like, yeah, and there's definitely a lot of gay dudes who are just like gay and just want to be gay and be left alone. But it's lesbians especially. They're just like, yo, what is all this trans BS? I just like ladies and I just want to do my own thing. What's the problem with that? And in my eyes, nothing. So I am with the ladies for sure. So what are you guys up to today? What did you expect to happen with Biden? What did you expect to happen with Kamala? Do you think, or what do you expect to happen with Kamala? Or what else is going on with your life? Give me the goods. Give me the goods. This is a chill stream, and this is about you. That is why this is entitled "The Indian Jesus Mentioned You." I want to talk to you. I want to talk about you. I want to talk with you. Let me know what we got. I mean, as far as Kamala Harris, I don't see any way that she can put together a legitimate victory. I don't see how she could even put together a 4-month campaign. That's all she needs. 4-month campaign that doesn't embarrass the hell out of her. It's got to embarrass the hell out of her, because whatever she has to do, and I saw a clip from Timcast, I think it was last night, it might have been the night before, where Hannah Claire was saying Kamala's actually probably pissed at Biden. Like, yo, if you had dropped out months ago, I could have, been planning all this. But by you being all stubborn, now you only give me 4 months to figure out what is good, then, that's not ideal. And yes, that is true. My co-host Morty is right here. Every donation comes with a treat for him. Welcome to Pudding Ninja. Welcome to the party. So what does it mean when a girl tells me, on God, bruh, you're Fen 15 is skibbity AF? What it means is that she wants you to go down to your local voting center and register to vote for Trump. I don't know. I actually do follow this guy. Actually, I don't know. Do I follow him, or does the algorithm just know? But on TikTok, this guy who is a middle school teacher, and he does really good breakdowns of stuff like this, like what what middle schoolers are talking, that skibbity Ohio Riz, But I don't know how old you are, but I am way too old to understand what the hell this means. Shout out to Richard Hardy. Welcome to the party. So looks like we still have a chance for the first Indian president. Possibly. I don't really think so, but it is possible. It is on the board. Shout out to Rowdy Ruff in the building. Welcome to the party. Day off, nice. Just laid around with my girlfriend, ordered pizza, which should be here soon since neither of us felt like cooking. I heard that. It's over there. I made some I have this I forget what brand it is, but it's just like this frozen pasta garlic chicken thing, and you just like put it in a skillet with some water and heat it up, and it's good to go. And then I like to add some butter. And I have frozen burgers, so I'll cook up a burger, chop up the burger, throw it in there, because I got a lot of veggies in that shit, so it's good. But but yeah, that's the one. I'm not feeling like cooking. I got some left over, so I'm good. Shout out to Rucifi. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the party. Said he'll be unalived and she'll screw it up worse and claim everything is perfect. Well, she's definitely going to claim everything is perfect. But who are you saying is going to be unalive, Trump or Biden? Because I am not confident that they are going to let Trump get to the finish line. I'm not confident. I'm not saying I think they're going to do something. I'm just saying I'm not confident that he is going to make it. We just said Democrat will be president. 2020 should have taught us all of that. It's possible, but I mean, they definitely have a much bigger it's a much bigger hill to climb up to be like, nope, we won this than last time. So again, never say never. Believe nothing except that anything is possible. But I don't think we will have a Democrat. I mean, I'm crossing my fingers. Never say never. Yeah. So so you think they're going to take out Biden? Why would they take out Biden if he's already stepped aside and he's already endorsed Kamala? So what benefit would they have to take out Biden? I mean, unless we're talking about like a sympathy play, to just kind of even the score. Well, they both got attempts on their life. Maybe. Shout out to Marjorie Wolcott in the building. Welcome. So less time for Kamala to get on the American people's nerves. Biden did her a favor, in my opinion. That laugh of her irks the crap out of me. It's so fake. Yeah, I just tweeted last night. I was like, if you are not physically in discomfort whenever you hear that cackle, whether it's Hillary or Kamala, it should make you physically uncomfortable. It's a shrieking, shrill sound. It's clearly fake and is meant to manipulate you to believing the worst possible things. It pains me. It pains me to hear it every time. I totally hear you. Shout out to my boy Nick Luchetti in the building. Welcome. Always good to see ya. Good to see ya. Yeah, if you guys could do me a huge favor, the 3 dots right up here, or if you just long press on the screen and hit that like button, it would help out so very much. We got Mood in the building. Welcome. Good to see ya. So the wind could take out Biden. Yep. It has before, and it will again. Don't forget the bike. He was on a bike, and it wasn't moving. And he fell all the way over. Not he like, whoop, and caught himself. He fell all the way over. That was the longest fall, I think, in the history of falls. Okay, so you just think he's not going to make it. Yeah, that definitely fair. So I was curious, like, why would they need to take him out? It definitely makes sense why they would take Trump out. But yeah, I think if I'm not confident that that either of them are going to make it. I heard just thinking about it. Exactly. Hey, shout out to the Funk Master General. Yo, he knows your name. He's laying down between my legs. When I said Funk Master, he was like, "Oh, is that for me?" Yes, sir, it is. Shout out to the Funk Master General. No comment, no question, just pure love of the game. And of course, every donation comes with a treat for my co-host, Morty. Come here, bud. Eat it up. Yummy. There you go. If you would like to get a treat for Morty, all you need to do is donate, super chat, Venmo, all of that stuff will get Morty a treat. Thank you so very much. And of course, that makes you the new sponsor of the stream. Oh, he's so happy. Thank you. Welcome to the party. Not sorry says, good to see y'all. The stairs will get him someday soon. Mood said, I'm hoping for a Kamala burning ticket. I think that's very possible. I hadn't really thought about that. In terms of not who she was going to pick, but I hadn't really thought about Bernie being the pick. But that does make a lot of sense. There's a lot of places where it kind of doesn't make sense because he's old as hell. But he's got a lot of popularity. And especially with the people who were who were planning on voting for Biden and then are like, I don't know about Kamala, then I think for those people, Bernie is really big with them. Boom. Shout out again to the Funk Master General, being the sponsor of the stream. Funk Master said, remember that name on Judgment Day, Overlord Morty. So I've definitely talked about it before, but I don't know, since you've been around, his name, Morty's full name is actually, Mordred. So when I got him when I was in college, and I was living with a bunch of people, and one of my roommates was a lit major. And this thing is not flat. So I was like, yo, there's got to be some cool names in, there's got to be some cool names throughout literary history. Like, everybody's dog's named Fido or Sparky or some bullshit. Like, I want something a little bit different. And so we're going through a list of names, and he throws out this one. I'm like, I don't really know. I don't know. He throws out that, and then he throws out Mordred. I'm like, Mordred? Who is Mordred? And so I don't even remember the full story now. But if you're familiar with King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table, Mordred is a character in the story. And again, I don't remember, but it was closely aligned to him. So his actual name is Mordred, but Morty for short. But thank you. Yep, not sorry. Said they owe Bernie one for sure, but I don't know if they ever plan on cashing that in. But yeah, right. Oldie but a goodie. I mean, I don't think he is. So, like, I was a Bernie bro back when it was the what was that, 2016? I was a Bernie bro, and again, I've told you guys before about how I wasn't really that into politics, and I'd gotten into politics because of Trump and everything. And I thought that by watching not only one news channel, but I watch CNN, I watch Fox News, and I watch MSNBC. So I get all of the information that you could possibly get. And so obviously, being a Bernie bro at that time, then it's going to be natural that when they screwed him over, that the only reasonable option was to vote for Hillary. And the fact that they screwed him over is exactly what I think the people who are riding for Kamala, I think it's the same type of thing where exactly they feel like he's owed one. It looks like the way mom balls smell. Oh, gross. Oh man, yeah. Once I can accurately say, Bernie smells like an old book, but not mothballs. Did you pull a Biden and sniff him? I'll take your word for it. Hey, big Gwenifer in the building. Welcome indeed. Mordred, Mordred. Mordred is my puppy's name. If you didn't know, now you know. Welcome. Again, guys, if you do me a huge favor and hit that like button, there's the 3 dots right up here, or just long press and tap that shit. It is so helpful to the channel. Thank you. Not sorry said I like Bernie. I don't agree with most of his politics, but he's just hard to dislike. Oh yeah, that's kind of what. Thank you for reminding me and bringing me back on that train. I was gonna say that when I was a Bernie bro, and everybody's like, "Oh, you want a socialist? You want to be a socialist?" And I was like, "Well, let's think about this practically. Obviously, even the Democratic politicians don't want socialism. So even if he's a socialist." Even this was my thinking in 2016. Even if he is proposing, the most socialist thing that ever could be, then everybody else, even from his own side, they're all going to be like, let's take it easy. Let's roll this back a little bit. Maybe we don't need to give that much money. Maybe we don't need that much free stuff. And that from his own party, and then of course from the Republican Party. I thought if we're proposing these socialistic ideas, then in the course of politics, by the time we get a bill and a law, it'll be evened out. Now, of course, I had no understanding of how that stuff works. And I don't know if he's an honest politician. I mean, maybe as far as politicians go, But let's not forget that his whole thing was the millionaires and billionaires. And then as soon as he became a millionaire, he's like, well, it's the billionaires. It's like, well, hey man, I thought the millionaires were the problem. Now you are one, and you're not a problem. Why wouldn't you either give your money away so that you're not a millionaire, so that you can stick to your message, or explain why, just because somebody has $1 million doesn't make them a bad person. Apparently a lot of people do like this old book smell thing. I mean, I guess I'm not a huge reader, but I've heard that a lot. Who said, yeah, I met him in Seattle. You know I had a sniff. And you got that old book smell. All right. Well, fair enough. I think I'm gonna go with Glennifer and say stop sniffing people. But as long as you're not going Biden styling. Yeah, smells like youth. Yeah, that's if you just happen to notice, that's one thing. But sniffing is different than just happening to smell, right? Shout out to Jared. Welcome to the party. So we get the president we deserve. Is that true? I think it might be. I think you might be right. Yeah, I mean, but for better or worse, we are the people, and we always do get what we deserve. Welcome to the party. Martin Bernie was kicked out of a hippie commune when he was young because he was too lazy to work. A perfect politician. Well, it's hard to argue with that. Getting kicked out of a socialist commune for being too lazy. I don't know if there is a better place for you than politics. Not sorry, he said he's less pro-war. I think that's why they won't let him in. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that despite all the economic things, I think that's probably the biggest thing. If he was younger, then because obviously if he is to be on a ticket, this is his last shot. But if he were a younger man, and let's say he was, people were aware of him since 2016, then going into 28, then I think that would be the first time in a long time that a Democrat could be anti-war and actually get some play. Because recently it's been so heavily, whether it's Israel, Palestine, or Ukraine, or the border, or whatever else, the war, the war machine is always turning. You said if you move for the next 20 seconds, you're gay. Let's see. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Can you even do that? You can't even do that. Oh, you wish you could. I'm gonna stay moving. Let's see. I'm gonna Google a dick after the 20 seconds, and then we'll see if it makes me hard. I lost count. Okay, we'll call that 20 seconds. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna penis. Whoa! Oh shit! You're right. I'm gay now. Oh wow, that's crazy. I didn't know you could do that. Well. Shout out to Leo. I am indeed gay now. Fuckmaster said, now that I'm a millionaire, it is occurred to me that they're not so bad. At least. Because you could be like, you know what? I had a revelation. I've been telling you, standing up here, telling you about the millionaires and the billionaires, and thanks to you great people, I am now in that class where I have $1 million. And it's shown me something. It's shown me that it may not necessarily be about the number, but there absolutely is a problem with da-da-da-da-da. You could play that and be real about it. That's the kind of thing that I think in a 2028 type of world, that quasi authenticity, I think that would go far. Glenfer said it's hard to live in a commune. You actually have to contribute, or they'll have meetings about you. Yeah, that's the one thing that most. Does it count Like, would you call like we call Hassan a champagne socialist because like he has lots of money compared to the rest of us, but compared to a socialist or who's actually living in a socialist, like under a socialist regime, even your regular person who's middle class who wants socialism, would we still call them a champagne socialist, or is that specifically for like people who have higher means than the rest of us? But point being, yeah, I mean the all the people talking about socialism this, socialism that, communism that. It's like, well, what are you going to do on your commune? Well, I think I'm going to do art and see if anybody's interested in ASMR. Like, no, you're not. You got to work. You got to work. Winifred goes on to say, without millionaires and billionaires, we'd have to pay twice as many taxes. Yep. Very, very true. Jared said the Democrats rigged the am I allowed to say that yet? The selection. Well, now it's a selection. There you go. I'll just go with that. You guys can read it. I don't want to get in trouble, but I agree. Shout out to King Nirvana in the building. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the party. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. You knew what would work. What you talking about, Willis? Chad said, I'm the head of immigration in Dave's world. What? Who's Dave? Nick said, for the hate they get, the top 2% of the country pays 80% of every tax dollar that comes into the government. Too bad the government just wastes what they don't pocket. Yeah, can you imagine? Like, think about how different the perspective of the rich would be if the government actually used tax dollars appropriately. Number one, they'd be able to lower the tax rate because they, each dollar would be going further. So the issue of high taxes would be, I mean, everybody's obviously going to want taxes to be lower, no matter how low they are. But it's not going to be wildly out of control. I'm on to posting memes in Discord, and I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah. So everybody's going to want less taxes, but then if people are people can see that when I pay more, society gets better, then people are going to be willing to pay a higher tax rate. And then it comes from both angles. You're able to bring the tax rate down because the dollars that go in actually go further, and you get people willing to pay more because we're getting more stuff from the money that goes in. Goddamn government. Shout out to Guy. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the party. Said, when I was poor and a socialist, they called me jealous. When they made money and stayed a socialist, they called me a hypocrite. Fair enough. I mean, if you, well, wait a minute. Are we talking, how much money are we talking? Because if we're talking Hassan money, then yeah, it's hypocritical when you're yelling at Mr. Beast for using his money to cure blind people, and then you're using your money for Diet Coke. Woot said socialism doesn't mean you can't have money. Not directly, but it doesn't directly mean it. But on a long enough timeline, there is no incentive to have or make money. Yeah, which you. Woot said, Nick, those numbers are a bit off, but essentially they make more than 80% of the wealth, so it only makes sense they pay 80% of taxes. Agreed. 20-second gay would work. What? Did you get? Did Leo turn you gay too? All he said was, if you just move for 20 seconds, you're gay. And then I googled a picture of a penis, and it made me hard. So I guess I'm a fruit. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, Dave's not here, man. I don't know. Don't come back later. He ain't never gonna be here. I don't know who the fuck it is. I don't know if they enjoy paying taxes, but they certainly have a kind of what I was just talking about, and understanding that, like, well, we actually get stuff for our taxes, so I'm okay with it. And I think conceptually taxation is not okay, but I don't think the notion that you live in a society, and so you should have to pay into that society, whether it's just money itself or labor or something else. That notion I'm okay with. It's the lack of consent that that taxation has to do with. But that's kind of getting in the weeds. Gatorade and root beer. Gatorade and root beer. They're good, not together. But I got my root beer over here. I got my Gatorade. Like, I am not sponsored. All right. So I'm not even going to say a brand name. But if you get one of those things where you just it's just water, and then it has the CO2 tanks, and you carbonate your own your own drinks. Oh my God. Especially like if you drink or you get hungover, the difference between having water in the morning or in the middle of the night and being able to drink some nicely carbonated water, and I'm not talking like Pellegrino, where it just has like the little bubbles. I'll go like hardcore, couple sip, and you're like, like, oh my God, I needed that so bad. Very good. And then, of course, when it comes to the syrups, you get to decide if you want to, you get to decide how much you want to pour in. So some people, they're going to want to put in more than they would see in, in a regular soda that you would buy in the in the store. But I tend to like it a little less sweet. So I love root beer. But like an A&W or a Barks or whatever is going to be really sweet, and so I'll use a little bit less, and it's perfect. It's perfect. Yeah, they are awesome. They are awesome. And again, especially if you know what you're drinking, make one before you go to bed. Tie it up tight. Put it next to your bed. And so when it's you got that whole thing, and it's just no syrup. It's just water, but the carbonation. Oh. It's a godsend. I mean, I get sick pretty easily from alcohol, so that's just me. But yep, there you go. There you go. Shout out to Vamp Fashions in the building. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the party. So the problem with believers in socialism is they like taxes for other people. Interesting. They like taxes for other people. What do you mean by that? I think I agree, but I'm not sure if I'm understanding the same thing that you're saying. Same. It's so good. It's so good. And I feel like I'm one of the rare people who likes root beer and Dr. Pepper. I feel like most people, like, if you either don't like soda, or you like one or the other. Actually, let's make that a poll. I do have my laptop here. Face. All right. So, which do you like? Because everybody I know has some very strong opinion for or against root beer and or Dr. Pepper. So we have root beer and Dr. Pepper. Oh, I don't know why I put both. Come on. Root beer, Dr. Pepper, or neither. Start poll. All right. Ugh. All right. We're here. Yeah. Oh, I hope you're joking, bro. I hope you're joking, man. Because you only want to carbonate the water. You only want to carbonate the water. What I would do is because the other option from the syrups themselves. Oh, I brought them downstairs. But like the Mio, they're little squeeze bottles where it's the same kind of thing, but it's meant to be in a bottle of water. And you just if you know what I'm talking about, it's really hard to explain. If you know what I'm talking about, that would be the one. But yeah, it's similar to on coffee like espresso machines where they have the milk steamer, and it's like a rod, and you put the milk in and it like froths it. It's the same concept. And so you put it into the thing where all the CO2 comes out, but it locks in. And so when you pull the lever, it pushes the CO2 into the water, but because it's locked in, it goes it goes into the water. But because it's adding mass to the bottle is only one size. And so if it's locked and you're adding air, the water's, that's why they have the fill line. They have the fill line. Where am I? Here. Because if you have the water up to here and then you add a bunch of air, it's going to go out everywhere. So I can just imagine your orange juice all over the counter, inside the machine, all of that. Oh, man. I bet it didn't work. Oh, my goodness. Again, guys, real quick, if you could hit that like button, it would help me out so very much. Thank you. Nick said, my stepdad's family in Denmark would have to disagree with that idea. Which idea are we talking about? Oh, did I miss it? I don't know if I missed this one. Yeah, Jennifer said, if we can only fill out a form with our taxes, deciding what we want our taxes to fund. Hell yeah. I would be so down for that. Okay, so my stepdad's family in Denmark would have to disagree with that idea. Take vacations so they get used to their money. Otherwise, they'd get it taxed until it's gone, and that's not an exaggeration. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, we want to know how much money is going out, even if it's a solid amount. But it's okay that it's a solid amount because it's going to the right things. It still can't be like, okay, well, now we're going to give you 10 times more good things. It's like, hold on, I need money for life. So it's a balance. It definitely is a balance. He said they don't want. He's saying that they don't want tax themselves. Socialist being, yeah, I'm not really. Okay, so let's see. Bam says socialism is about getting free stuff for me. They want the handout and they want the rich to get the bill. Yeah, I guess that's how that's how it works, right? Is that the what is it? The proletariat. Is that the right terminology? The proletariat. But yeah, if we're talking about the government providing all of these things, Mood, how is that not the case? Remember, said I don't like cola, but Dr. Pepper is good. Where are we at with this poll? So, wow, okay, so most of you do like both, and none of you like neither. Interesting. Things you didn't you learn something new every day. Marjorie said the difference between taxation with or without representation. Indeed. What is pink root beer? What is clear root beer? I think I think I may have heard that of it before. But is it like flavored, or is it just like when they had clear Pepsi? Pink root beer. I've never heard about that. Oh God! Oh no! You're gonna break the whole machine. I would be interested. Film it. Shout out to TJ Money. Said carbonate some vodka with syrup. Vodka's that one liquor that I can't. I think we all, if you went through that, your college drinking phase, I think we all have one alcohol where it's just like, nope, I cannot do that anymore. I cannot drink vodka anymore. And for me, it was the stupidest reason. Like I was straight edge in high school. I was, into the hardcore scene, putting X's on my hands. And I mean, really, it was because I, had strict immigrant parents and they weren't going to let me go out and do this, that, and whatever. And so I couldn't do drugs or drink or do whatever. And so I just made it into an identity so that it was cool that I was not doing that stuff, not that I was lame. But by the time I got to college, well, it was senior year in high school, and I was like, oh damn, I like this stuff, but I was behind, and so I wanted to catch up, and my thinking was, okay, well, I can't keep up with the boys. Can't keep up with my boys. They're drinking. I'm gonna get sick. I'm gonna die if I try to keep up with them. So let me try to drink what the girls drink. One of the worst ideas I've ever ever had. Because in my mind, like, women they were, just physically smaller, my size, not able to. So I'm thinking, oh, if girls tend to like fruity stuff and clear liquors. So not knowing, I was thinking, okay, maybe it's because it's not as intense. These are the days when you have, like just like a water bottle of just Smirnoff and nothing else, and you're just, and I would get so sick from the sugar. Oh, I cannot do vodka ever again. I mean, if it's mixed into something good, then maybe, but just shots, no, thank you. Ooh, got a call out. Vamp Fashion has no idea what socialism means. Okay, why do you say that? We attack ideas, not people. So what did Vamp Fashion say that was wrong? Zippy said root beer is better than Dr. Pepper. Both are not bad, but I like cocaine more. That's what I'm talking about. Smoke weed every day. Oh, I thought I rolled up already. Well, I mean, I got my Puffco. I got some. Oh, come on. I got some Gorilla Glue number 4 right here. Got the Gorilla Glue number 4. The better. That's the good stuff. The sticky icky. Oh, look at it. What I like to do is take a little bit of flour, and then I like my pre-rolls. And so I take, just take a pre-roll and mix, or I'll put the flour in, and then put 2 dabs within like, so I'll put a dab, like I'll fill it up to here, and then I'll take a dab and then scoop it off onto the paper right here, and then I'll fill it up more with bud and put another one there. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. Love it. Are you okay, sir? Are you doing all right? Do we need to send help? All right, so Mood says, I was responding to Vamp saying socialists want others taxed, but not themselves. Even Hassan and Bernie want higher taxes for their bracket. But they are in that they're the ones that are in the high bracket. No? We're talking about the people who, like, if you're broke and you're saying, I'm a socialist, is that not saying I don't want to have to earn my own thing? I should just be given things? That's what it seems like. Maybe I'm just as wrong. Please educate me. Yeah, is it like, like flavored? I don't know. Yep, that's where it came from the hardcore scene. Okay, screamo is what the posers say. But yeah, I was a little later than that. I was in the it was like 2003, 2005, 6, 7 area. But yeah, going to basement shows and doing my windmills and my jump kicks and all that stuff. Zippy says to Mood, shame socialists wind up taxing random things badly. Nobles never seem to know what they want. Sounds about right to me. Nick says, their biggest advice to me was never give up your gun rights or your guns. Don't do it like we did because you will regret it. We do more than you can imagine. And I listened to that advice. Hell yeah. That's why I need to get out of Jersey and get myself somewhere where I can get strapped. Guys, again, really, really quick, if you just long press the screen and hit that like button, it would help me out so very much. I promise you, it helps so much more than the effort you are willing to put in. Thank you. Zippy said, women do drink less alcohol. They just drink shit. Yeah, well, I know that now. But I mean, even though it was a wrong thought, like, it does kind of make sense. It does kind of make sense. Like, okay, you can't keep up with the guys, so just try to do what the women are doing. That I think that makes sense. Again, I know I was wrong. Whenever said the only liquor I ever liked was spice rum. Rum is good. It's got that vanilla type of flavor. So like, just a classic rum and coke is going to be very refreshing on, a hot summer day at the beach, because it works. Yeah, Margaret saying tequila. A lot of people, that's their liquor where they just went too hard, and I think it's because, in general, tequila doesn't have as much of a bite as some of the other liquors. Like, you take a shot of whiskey, you take a shot of vodka, and it's gonna. Mhm. But tequila kind of goes down smooth, and so ironically, I think a lot of people just take those smooth shots, and they take too many of them, and I was like, oh, tequila, it's so nasty to me. Well, that's only because you took too much, not because it's ever that nasty. There you go. Shout out to Moo joining the Discord. If one of the mods wants to drop the link to that, of course, it is free to join the Discord. And if you we are in there 24/7 hanging out. We got a free chat. We got current events. We got all that good stuff. And if you want to join as a member of this channel, join as a member of this channel, then you get full access to the Discord server, which includes the after party. So every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, I am down in the studio for the full show with the full setup. And when we are done there, instead of just going off doing our own thing, we go to the after party. So in Discord, we don't have to worry about YouTube censors. You can see me dancing around language here and there and whatever. And you guys are, stuck behind the keyboard, and I got to go through the chat and all that stuff. But in the after party, you are actually on screen with me and everybody else. Even if you're not familiar with Discord, it is super, super, super simple. And I promise I will walk you all the way through it if you join. I promise it's simple, and it's barely more than a group chat, but there's just a lot more that you can do with it. But you don't have to know much more than that. So shout out, if one of the mods has not already, if you could please drop that link. Thank you. I just got my dab rig yesterday. There you go. What kind? Did you get electric, or are you a torch girl? I was like, there's no way I was going to set myself up to be using a torch in bed. Like, I already have a couple holes here from joints, and I mean, I like my joints anyway, in terms of like it helps me fall asleep to have the ritual of it. But sometimes when you just want that hit like that, the dab ain't nothing better. But I like, and Puffco, that was like $500 or something. And I don't use it that often. But when I do use it, it works. It works. So Zippy said, it's not what socialism is. It's always implemented poorly. Best not to comrade. The gulag is bad government. It starts to sing. And he wore a blazing saddle, wore a shining star. I don't know what the song is, but works for you. Guinevere said, if you want socialism, join a collective. No one will stop you. That's the beauty of capitalism, is that you can have little bouts of communism and socialism inside the capitalistic society if you want. So how come we have to be, we have to change our entire governmental system to fit you, when you can already do what you want in our government system? True. But I mean, the point that it's making is that you can't just decide to be a capitalist under socialism. With ale or dark beer. That's another one where I just assumed the darker the beer, the heavier the beer. Nobody ever told me, like, so the winner is root beer and Dr. Pepper. I'm surprised, but by a margin. But yeah, I always thought that, like, people who drink Guinness, like, oh my God, that must be such a heavy beer. And then I had it, and I was like, wait, this is awesome. So that's my go-to now, Guinness. Shout out to Medrano. Welcome to the party. Indeed, you should sip tequila. But, I mean, when you're 20 years old, then you got this. and you're trying to finish it before you get into the basketball game. That's water. But I mean, if it was tequila, then we ain't got time for all of that. We ain't got time for all of that. But welcome, welcome, welcome to the party. We also got Beza Urujona. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. I'm terrible with names. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Zippy said, "Does not matter what socialism is." Yeah, no, gotcha. Bungmaster said, "I've drank more than too much tequila and never thought it was gross." Well, maybe you're one of those. I had a couple of guys in my friend group who could just drink anything at any amount, never got sick, never got hungover. Maybe you're just one of those. Maybe. If so, then count your blessings, sir. John said, "Why does everyone shoot tequila? 100 años is only a $20 bottle and much smoother than Patron." Again, I agree, but like I said, when you're in college and you ain't worried about that, you're like trying to get it down. There you go, the E-rig. Yeah, $400 and totally worth it. I didn't know, like, before they legalized it in Jersey, it was really hard to get your hands on dabs. So I didn't really get it. And whenever I was with somebody who had a dab rig, they'd always be like, "Oh, you got to be super careful," and give me this tiny ass dab, and I'd do it, and I'd cough, and then I'd be like, "Okay, I'm kind of high, but like not really." And so it wasn't until I got my own, they're like, "Okay, now we're actually gonna do some experimentation. We're gonna start small, and we're gonna do small, and we're gonna do a bunch of smalls, and we're gonna do a bunch of bigger ones." And like, I was experimenting, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, I see how we do this." And so that's what you want to do. You want to have smaller dabs and do more of them as opposed to one big dab. Because the reclaim, you're only gonna get so much burnt off at a time. But that's the way. So I'm pretty I mean, I don't know if I think it's good for all concentrates. I mean, I don't want to say all, because I'm thinking like RSO oil, or even like the tincture, like the edible tincture. Like this is a concentrate, but this you wouldn't use with a dab rig. But like, yeah, any kind of dab stuff like that, whether it's batter or resin or whatever, then you just excuse how dirty this thing is. Like I said, I haven't used it in forever. So you just pop it in the little thing there, and you're good to go. And then turns pretty colors and everything. Damn, my average viewer duration time is going down. People ain't sticking around. Zippy said, "Blazing Saddles, Mel Brooks. I get no thrill from cocaine. I get a belt out of you" is a song from it as well. Okay, that's another one that I missed. That's not true. That's not true. I can't blame that one on my parents, because I've definitely seen my dad watching it. But I can't remember it. I just said, "Beer makes me too full and I pee too much. Just like every other woman ever." I agree, though. I will get, like, light beer. I can't drink light beer. It's just, again, same thing. I'll get full before I get drunk. Like, full and, like food baby full. We're like, ugh, I don't feel good because of how much I ate or how much I consumed before I get drunk. So that's why we gotta, and I don't really like super heavy IPAs either. So not as big of a beer guy as I used to be. But again, if you're in college, then you drinking beer. Nick said, "I love going out to the brewery and getting unfiltered Firestone Double Barrel Ale." Never heard of it. But the biggest surprise I ever had with nice. Yeah, there you go. So I've never used it with diamonds, but you could use it with diamonds. But yeah, the biggest surprise that I ever had with a type of beer was the I forget what the brand name was. I'm not gonna remember the brand, but it was a local Asbury Park beer from Jersey. And we had it at the restaurant I was working. It was funnel cake flavored beer. I can hear you going, oh, that sounds nasty. That's exactly what I said. But somehow they did it perfectly. They did it perfectly. The way that maybe like a citrusy beer has like a sweetness to it, but it's not like a syrupy like flavored vodka type of sugar, type of sweetness. That doesn't work. But yeah, that the funnel cake beer. I wish I could, if I could find it, I'll share it with you guys. But it is a local beer, so you probably can't get it. But it was fire. Then I did a dog training lesson. Again, those of you who don't know, I am a professional dog trainer. I did a dog training lesson at this brew house where it's just like somewhere that the people go all the time, and you can bring dogs. And they're like, "Oh, this is a good place." I'm like, "Yeah, sure. I'll do a thing at the I'll do a lesson at the brewery. No problem. No problem at all." And they had it was not pumpkin. It was maybe cinnamon. No, it was some other sweet thing. And I was like, well, the funnel cake was good, but that one was not. Hey, shout out to the Funk Master General again, with another super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you so very, very much. So, fellow live stream comrades, hear me now. The Overlord needs treats, and treats will the Overlord get. Let's back you up here. Come here, Mark. Oh, oh, come here, bud. Dun, 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 dun. I want you to eat it right there. We go. Yep. Oh, oh. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Good job. Good. Oh, oh, it's mirrored. Good boy. Good job. Oh, look how beautiful you are. Look how beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you so, so much, brother. Very, very, very much appreciated. Out sponsoring yourself. Oh, man, cannot tell you how much that means to you. To me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very, very much appreciated. And of course, we got to update the banner. Out sponsoring himself. Everybody put FMG for the Funk Master General in the chat. Oh, I only put Funk Master and I didn't put General. General. Save. Thank you, thank you, thank you, sir. Very, very, very much appreciated. All right. Oh, I think that's what it was. Maple. Yeah, I think that's where it was. It was this this microbrewery in right around Asbury. And yeah, I could be wrong, but when you say that, I think it was, and same thing. It was not the one. Not the one. Nick said microbreweries are where it's at. Cali is great for that. Yeah, I think maybe it's the hops, but I think the coasts are really good for a variety of types of beers. You see that a lot. You see that all up and down the East Coast as well. And so if you're saying Cali as well, make it a lot of sense. Jono said, "Oh man, homemade chocolate chip cookies, crispy edges, soft middle, and a cold lager. Trust me, hell yeah, bro. When I used to keep cookie dough just like stacked in the house, and what I would do, I figured out the perfect temperature. I don't even remember it now, but so I put them in, and with like 2 minutes left, I would take them out, and I'd take a spoon, and I'd put a little tiny indent in the middle of the cookie." And then put it back in the oven for another, for the rest of the time or whatever it is. And what that does is, by it being more dense in the middle, it stays a little bit more raw. And so you get a little bit of that gooey, like straight up cookie dough-ness in your cookie. But like Madrano's saying, the crispy edges, soft middle, that is the way to go. Mel Brooks shit take movies and try to collect insurance money they failed is so funny. What? Yeah, shout out FMG. Very, very, very Much appreciated. Have a drink here. Yeah, man, I am I'm very excited to see where we're gonna move with you goddamn right. You goddamn right. I know what the fuck is good. Us stoners know how to do the munchie game. I just said they sell beer shakes at our River Dogs baseball games. Guinness and vanilla ice cream, Blue Moon and orange sherbet. I would try that. Have you tried that? I don't know if it would be good, but I would definitely try both of those. I think I'd like the Guinness. I don't know, actually. I feel like the Guinness would probably be more up my alley, but they both sound good. Blue Moon used to be my go-to, but the weedy beers just kind of, again, they fill me up too easily. So yep, agreed. Sounds interesting. But yeah, any wheat beer is gonna fill me up too easily, just like the light beer. And because I'm small, like, I'm just a small dude, so it's just a matter of like I don't have that much space in my body. Word up. So we gotta try to see if we can get that out here. That would be dope. That will be dope. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what is going to happen with the Democrats from here, because I think they were trying to. It seems like they were trying to push Biden as far as he could go, but also kind of prepare in the background in case they didn't, in case he couldn't. Because I don't know if you guys saw, but as of I believe it was yesterday, Hulu already has an original series about Biden dropping out of the race. How is that possible? How is that possible? I don't get it. But yeah, I think the combination of let's try to push Biden as far as we can because he's got the name recognition and all that stuff, but let's also prepare behind the scenes. And it's almost like they spread themselves too thin, and they tried to make both happen. And now Biden didn't make it, and they don't have enough for Kamala. Yeah, exactly. Funkmaster saying, seems BLM is unhappy with the Kamala pick. They've been hated her ever since Tulsi called her out at the 2016 debate. That was Dunzo. That was Dunzo. She was over. There was no way that she never recovered from that, and then she dropped out without a single delegate. So I'm even, I was talking to a friend who is black, talking about the discourse between black men and black women about Kamala, and yeah, a lot of black men are like, hell no. But a lot of black women are like, well, she's black, and she's a woman, she's one of us, and they're playing that card. So it's going to be really interesting to see how it plays out. And again, I think the VP pick is going to be very big for that. But let's not forget, none of this is even set in stone. For all we know, we could have an election that doesn't have Trump, Biden, or Harris in it. I mean, we know it's not going to be Biden, but it could be without Trump or Harris, and knowing that Biden's not going to be in it. Vivek said it yesterday. The race is only just now beginning. Only just now beginning. Shout out to Arrow. Welcome to the party. Said you're very kind and sweet. Well, thank you. So are you. I try to be. Thank you. That means a lot. Welcome to the party. Zippy said Kamala is not black. She's a slaver, says Zippy. Jail and forced labor. Oh, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that type of stuff, but I'm just reading. Adreno's heading out. Thank you so much for stopping by. Yeah, I think we've exhausted this one. But I like to come and hang out with you guys. It's my favorite thing to do. Funkmaster General said, I don't know why they don't like her. She has those unheard Snoop and Tupac tapes from the 80s. Oh, what was the context of that? they asked her who her favorite rapper was, and she said that she was listening to Snoop and Tupac in college. Is that how that came about? And it's like, wait, you were in college in the 80s, and Tupac and Snoop were in the 90s. Where somebody's lying. Somebody is not unburdened. Or no, what is it? Unburdened by what? I can't even. I don't even want to know it. I don't even want to get it right, because we are unburdened by what has been, for what can be. Yeah, which is not. Yep. Zimmy said, "I'm just using their own logic, though. It does hurt my squishy brains. Me too. Me too." And I think with that, Ara said he loves my little dog Morty. This is Morty. And yes, we love Morty over here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What do you think? What do you think? Was that a good stream? Was that a good stream? All right, guys. I appreciate you hanging out with me. Again, we would have had a lot more to talk about if Biden wasn't seen today. But that happened, and I mean, I'm glad the guy is alive. I don't want anybody. I don't wish death on anybody. But selfishly, as a streamer, it would have been a lot more interesting to come to you guys and be like, so what do you think happened? Not to say that by tomorrow we might not be able to have the exact same conversation. So hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. I am live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, guys. Thank you so very, very much for hanging out with me. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you. Again, big, big shout out to the sponsor of the stream, the Funk Master General. Thank you, thank you, thank you so very much. And Michelle, appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. And again, guys, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Thank you again so much for being here. If you have not already, please just hit that like button, guys. It really does make a difference. So if you could hit that like button, hit that subscribe, do all this stuff. Thank you so much. Once again, that is Morty. And I am your host, Lutch, a.k.a. the Indian Jesus, here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. Until next time, guys, tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, I am out of here. Peace.